What is a forcing move in chess tactics? Imagine you're in a game and want to steer your opponent into a tricky spot. That's where forcing moves come into play. They are moves that make your opponent respond in a specific way because they have no choice. Think of them as chess's way of saying, you have to react now. These moves are key tools in advanced tactics and combinations because they help you control the flow of the game. A forcing move usually involves putting your opponent's king in check, capturing one of their pieces, or making a threat they can't ignore. Checks are the most obvious forcing moves because the rules say the king must get out of check immediately. For example, if your queen checks the king, your opponent has to move the king, block the check, or capture your queen. Each of these responses is forced. Captures are also forcing because if your opponent doesn't recapture, they lose material. For instance, if you threaten to take their knight with your bishop, they might be forced to move a different piece or lose the knight. Threatening to capture or setting up a checkmate can also force your opponent into a corner. They will have to respond to your threat, which can open up opportunities for you to execute a bigger tactic. Using forcing moves in your game allows you to set up sequences that lead to winning material or checkmate. When you make a move that forces your opponent to respond a certain way, you can then follow up with other tactics like forks or pins. This is how you combine tactics to create complex traps. For example, a forcing move might make your opponent move their king into a vulnerable position, setting up a checkmate net. Or it could force them to move a piece into a fork, where your knight attacks two pieces at once. In advanced tactics, forcing moves are often part of larger combinations. They help you manipulate your opponent's responses so you can execute a sequence that gains material or delivers checkmate. The key is to think ahead and see how each forcing move can lead to the next step in your plan. When you master how to combine forcing moves with other tactics, your overall game becomes more powerful and unpredictable. So, the next time you see a move that puts your opponent under pressure, think about whether it's a forcing move. If it is, you're on the right track to creating a winning sequence. Using forcing moves effectively can turn a simple position into a winning attack. It's all about making your opponent respond in ways that favor your overall plan.